Welcome to the fourth hall of the Haberdashers Company. We are one of 111 livery companies in the City of London today. This hall is located in West Smithfield, which is in fact in a different place to where all our previous three halls were situated, which was Gresham Street, much nearer the Guildhall. Livery companies are really guilds, like those to be found elsewhere in the country and actually in Europe generally. We are really membership organisations that in past centuries used to look after the running of our trades in the City of London. We came into existence to support our members and regulate their trade in the city. Members were supported by arrangement of apprenticeships and provision of almshouses. The trade was regulated to ensure that only freemen of the company could trade in haberdashery goods in the city. The companies are arranged in an order of precedence, and the first 12, which are some of the older companies, are known as the Great 12. The Great 12 came about in 1515 when Henry VIII and the city decided to fix the order that had previously been fluid of the city livery companies. At that point we ended up 8th in the list of precedents on the list. Now, before school qualifications existed, the way a young person learned a trade for their livelihood was by finding a master to provide a 7-year apprenticeship between the ages of 14 and 21 years. This was done through an appropriate, in trade, livery company.
So, through the 17th century, the City of London and haberdashers prospered. They became really wealthy merchants, often trading overseas and building up large fortunes. But they were still really interested in their communities and very much motivated by religious considerations. So some of them, when they died, left large sums of money to found charities to support both schools and almshouses. And it's from those original charities that some of our connections with schools around the country still exist to this day. There were 3 key benefactors. William Jones, who set up schools in Monmouth, William Adams, who created a school in Shropshire, and Robert Aske, who created schools in East London in Hoxton. Those 3 key benefactors are still the origins of our 4 groups of schools today. So we now have the Monmouth schools in South Wales. We have a Shropshire Academy Trust called West Midlands Academy Trust, which is composed of 3 schools, 2 state academies, one of which is a grammar school, and a small independent school. And in London, we have 2 groups of schools, both based on that original foundation, but split off into an Academies Trust in South London and the Elstree schools in North London. The historical connection between our schools has been based on those charitable foundations and maintained through governance structures. Even to this day, 50% of the governors at all our schools are members of the Haberdasher Company. More recently, it's been supplemented by our direct programme, the Haberdashers Advantage programme, which is aimed at empowering all young people to meet their full potential. It has 3 composite parts. Fundamental to making this work well is our Working Together programme, which brings together teachers and leaders from across all the different schools in the 19 schools across our group into collaborative professional structures to enable them to develop best practice, to connect outside the worlds of education and to meet with business and professional leaders who will help them to improve how they do their work. That's the core foundation, and on that are built 2 student-focused programmes, our Character programme and our Futures programme. Through the Character programme, students have the potential to meet with other students from all across the family of schools and engage in sports and arts festivals. We also have a specific leadership programme for the pupil leaders from both our junior schools and our senior schools, where they really learn to hone those skills that will help them throughout life and in the roles that they're currently occupying. And finally, our Futures programme, which is aimed at really accessing those core networks that haberdashers are built into in the business and professional worlds. This takes the form of employability type workshops for students and entrepreneur competitions, and also our large careers conferences, which we do in partnership with city institutions, like for example St Bart's Hospital, where we have a careers conference aimed at bringing together high-level professionals with young people from our schools who are interested in those types of careers. We aim to expand our programme and are constantly looking for new ways to work with and dialogue with the students from our schools and their teachers, bringing together the 12,000 students in our 19 schools into one tight haberdasher community.
Alongside the education programme of the company, the organisation also works with a lot of charities in the spaces surrounding our schools and our churches. The company has 8 churches of which it's patron, and so we support their work through a small grant. And the work that we do that surrounds our schools in terms of our charitable endeavours acts as a kind of safety net. It complements the formal education of our schools, but also makes sure that those young people are looked after, that they can flourish and they can grow in their chosen vocation, in their chosen career. One of the really important things for the company is the time, the talent and the treasure of the membership. So we work really hard to ensure that not only do we give grants to the charities that we support, but we also give the time and the talent of our members who can offer huge value to those very small charities that we select in order that they can really flourish and support the work of the communities that surround the schools. As an example, a haberdasher might volunteer for a charity and really help them elevate the work that they do in order to reach more young people and to have greater and more significant impact.
So the membership of the Haberdashers Company today does not comprise haberdashers. It comprises a broad mix of people from a diverse range of backgrounds, a diverse range of employment sectors, a diverse range of experiences and expertise. So why become a haberdasher in the 21st century? Well, it's about giving back. It's about giving back to our schools, our charities, our churches, and indeed playing a part in the 21st century City of London.